vol. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, c'est le voyage en toute tranquillité, en toute beauté, de votre maison jusqu'à votre destination. Votre satisfaction est notre plaisir.
Hot mix mixing.
And Tempo Afrique TV. So this week we have a couple of reports that are happening in East Africa and West Africa as well. Lately, you guys probably have not been hearing a lot on the media of the continuous protest that is still going on in the world, and not a whole lot of coverage going on it, but people are still protesting, people are still pushing towards government, economic crisis, all the things that have been happening in the last, I would say 1 year now, or maybe a couple months now, with the inflation, and also possibly recessions on the way as well. So one of the incidents that took place is about 114 people were killed during a protest in Sudan. So Sudan is continuing to have their protest going on that's been going on for a while now due to the military coup to take over government. And on Saturday, in the capital of Khartoum, the police fired tear gas in an attempt to disperse hundreds of protests that are demonstrating against the coup leader groups. And one of them named Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. The security force has also erected roadblocks and bridges crossing the Nile River, linking Khartoum to its suburban to deteriorate protesters as well, who have vowed to take the streets in very large numbers. So as you can see, the protest is probably getting bigger, and it is growing a lot bigger in Sudan. Compared to the very first protest, you guys remember, it started very small, and many people have lost their lives as well. And they stopped for a while due to the fear of the lives that were being lost during the protest. But the people are not giving up. They are still going to continue to fight this, and hopefully they will win at the end of it. We can only assume at this point. The demonstrators are also highlighting heavy fighter in Sudan's southern Blue Nile state and about southern of Khartoum. They accuse the military leaders and the ex-rebel leaders who signed on 2020 peace deal of exacerbating ethnic tension there for their own personal gains. Sudan's latest coup derailed a transition to civilian rule, sparking near weekly protests and a crackdown by security forces that have left at least 114 killed, according to some of the pro-democracy medics of what they have witnessed. And 9 were killed on June 30th. The medics said that when tens and thousands has gathered, and their death reinvigorated the movement. So this shows you that the movement is growing, and it's growing by numbers. So the more people continue to protest out there, there still continue to be a clash between the military or the police against the civilians. So rest in peace to those that have lost their soul. Meanwhile, in Burkina Faso, there has been a bridge blow up, about 2 bridges that were blown up there. On Friday night in Burkina Faso, 2 bridges were blown up by armed groups, which are suspected to be part of jihadists in the West African nation. The fighters blew up 2 crucial bridges, raising fears that they intend to isolate the Sahel region. The attackers have also destroyed the Wussi Bridge, forcing a convoy that was supposed to supply the town of Djibo to return to Kanguse, and again blew up Nari Bridge, further to disrupting the transportation into the area. So the bridge was attacked for the first time since on July 30th, but work was carried out to allow people to continue using the road before being blown up again on Friday night. This was the second time of blowing up the bridge. According to testimonies and images posted on social medias, it is now practically impossible to get from Capital to Dori. The other bridge effect, the effect from the other bridge is one located in the locality of Wusi on the Kangusi Burzanja Road in the central north of Burkina Faso. The destruction of part of this structure forced the convoy carrying supplies to the town of Djibo to turn back. The convoy was escorted by defense and security forces as well. According to some NGOs, the roads linking Niamey and Ungandingu, the main routes for imports and export to the Gulf of Guinea countries, are no longer secure at this point. Meanwhile, in Morocco, about 1,000 of Moroccan people were evacuated from an exaggerating fire that took place. The Moroccan firefighters battled infernos, fires ravaging remote mountain forests in the northern region of Kingdom have killed at least one person by far, said the authority on Friday. In the north of Morocco, fires which are framed by strong winds, were forced more than 1,000 families to be evacuated due to the strong wind that is also helping to spread the fire as well. Raging blaze broke out on Wednesday and have already destroyed 1,600 hectares and woodland in the province of Laurenti, Uzani, Taza, and Tituan. Hundreds of personnel from the Civil Protection Services and Water and Forest Department, as well as soldiers, police, and volunteers, were deployed. 4 firefighting planes also water-bombed the fires. The North African nation, which is struggling under intense drought, has been hit by soaring temperatures approaching 45 degrees Celsius in recent days. Those are the updates that is happening in our African countries, and have a wonderful night.
C'est encore Yves Kenao, c'est toujours Yves Kenao qui revient. Cette fois-ci, pour vous dire que Tempo Afrique TV vous offre plus de 4000 chaînes de télévision. Les chaînes européennes, les chaînes américaines, les chaînes asiatiques, les chaînes africaines. À un prix imbattable. À un prix imbattable. Tenez-vous bien. $185 pour 12 mois, inclus le box. Alors, où est-ce que vous pouvez trouver mieux que ça, si ce n'est pas sur Tempo Afrique TV? Mesdames, Messieurs, appelez seulement le 612 804 0295 et vous serez servi. Vous serez agréablement surpris de voir plus de 4000 chaînes de télévision rouler sur votre écran comme ça, et vous choisissez laquelle vous voulez. Alors mesdames, n'hésitez pas. N'hésitez surtout pas et ne vous faites pas compter. Prenez votre téléphone, prenez le tout de suite et appelez le 612, le 804, le 02 95. Nous sommes là, ici à Tempo TV, pour rendre votre vie simple et agréable. Alors, saisissez l'occasion. $185 pour toute une année, pour 12 mois, inclus le box. Quoi de mieux que ça?
Du nouveau à Minneapolis, Tempo Afrique Travel. Vous voulez voyager? Achetez vos billets d'avion à l'agence de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, pas de problème de connexion, pas de problème de transfert de vol. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, c'est le voyage en toute tranquillité, en toute beauté, de votre maison jusqu'à votre destination. Votre satisfaction est notre plaisir.
Hot mix mixing.
My whole life, my father told me stories about moving to the United States. He would tell me that his brother, my Uncle George, was already living here and let my father stay with him for a while. Through my Uncle George, my father was introduced to our cultural organization here in America, who helped him make connections